Back again, guys. So we're going to do 10-6 today in math, and we're still doing money, but today we're going to do making change, which is definitely a skill that you will have to use the rest of your life. So this is something really good to practice. So again, today, if you have a calculator, you can go ahead and get that out, and you're going to need your math journals also. Now, just like yesterday, we're still going to use page 230 that has the goodbyes poster on it. So if you want to mark that page somewhere, we're going to use that, but we're also going to have to keep flipping back and forth. So we are going to work on making change today, and we're going to do that by counting up, okay? So kind of like some of you subtract by counting up. So like instead of doing 9 minus 2, you start at 2 and you count up to 9. That's counting up, okay? So we're going to do the same type of thing today with money, okay? So 230 is the page we're going to use, but then we're also going to be on 246 and 247. 246 is mainly just the directions, and then 247 is where you're going to be writing. And it's really only, let me double check before I tell you. It's really only one big problem. If you like this, or if you think you need some extra practice, you could always get another piece of paper and do it again. But your math journal page only really has you do this one time, okay? Now, what it wants you to do is to choose one food from each group on your goodbyes poster. So if you're looking at 247, you're going to pick one item from the fruit and vegetable group. You're going to tell me what that item is and how much it costs. And then same thing for grain, meat, milk, and miscellaneous. So altogether, you're going to be buying 5 items, okay? They have to be from the different food groups, though. And then we're going to kind of do what we did yesterday. So it wants us to estimate. So, for example, if you're doing plums that are 69 cents on your calculator, you could estimate that to be 70. So you would type in 0.70 plus. Let's say from the meat group, you bought peanut butter, which is $1.29. You could round to $1.30. So I would add that on. And you're going to estimate and add all of your items together and then write down your total. Then we're going to work on making change. And it says that you're going to pay with a $10 bill. So it doesn't matter what you buy, it's going to be less than $10 because there's nothing on here that's too pricey. So you're going to work on finding change. And then you're going to add up the exact cost, write that down, and then find change for that, okay? So same types of things. Now, when you're doing change, you always want to start with the cents first because that's going to make a difference on what your dollars is. So let me give you an example. So let's look at the goodbyes poster. And, let's say you're going to buy American cheese in the milk group. So American cheese is $1.49. Now, let's say I want to pay with $2, okay? Actually, let's do $5 so I can show you what I mean. So I want to start with my cents. So the very first thing I have to figure out is how much cents or change am I going to get back from 49 to 100 because there's 100 pennies and $1. So you can use the hundreds chart on, I forget if it's the front or back side of your math journal, or you could just count in your head, however you want to do it. Okay, so that would be 51 cents. Now, if I already have $1.49 and I give you 51 more cents, how much am I up to now? $2, okay? Now, if I'm paying with a $5 bill, how many to get from 2 to 5? 3. So I would have $3.51 in change. Okay, the reason you have to do change first is some people say, oh, $1.49. I'm going to get $4 back and then change. That's going to be way too much, okay? So you always want to start with your change, and then you know that goes up to the next dollar, and then you can find out how many dollars left. Now, if I would have only paid with $2, I would have just gotten the 51 cents. I wouldn't get any dollars back. But if I was paying with a $5 bill or something more than that, I want to get my change and then figure out how many dollar bills left. Now, if we were at school, I would pass out our play money to do this with. I can't give that to you now. So if your parents have extra dollar bills or change laying around, you need to ask them, and maybe they will let you use that so you can see what it's actually like in real life, because you will do this for the rest of your life once you're older, especially once you start shopping by yourself. I know Carson was doing money for his math chapter this week, and we had a bunch of change laying around, so he was using that to help him out, okay? It's a lot easier if you can touch it and see what's happening instead of just doing it in your head. So if you're helping your child do this and you have some money, or you can make your own money, just cut up paper and write dollars on them, okay? Anything doing that is going to help them out, because this is definitely a skill they need to know, and one that's kind of hard for a lot of students to understand, okay? So those are the only 2 pages you are doing today. You don't have to worry about math boxes today. And if this is tricky, just try to do some extra practice, okay? Because making change is something that we're going to keep building on and practicing on, okay? So good luck and have fun.